everybody, welcome back to another episode of Summer Shredding. Oh, I am so ready to just be back at home, back in my routine for the next couple weeks. I had a great time working from the beach, and then I had a couple days off over the weekend, and I was off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, trying to settle back into things, get back into my routine. And I have decided, similar if you watched any of my prior videos, that I feel like I ease into things, and I didn't want to ease into this summer shredding. I just wanted to hit the ground running because I was coming off of a good 30-day block. And I feel like I did that ease in thing again. And now I'm ready. I'm ready to just say enough again. Let's just kind of focus, put the blinders up, enjoy what you need to enjoy in terms of life, friends, family, all of that. But get your eating under control, get your routines, your structures, get that all like just in place, and get back to tracking your food, get back to just planning your food better, your meals better, and just finding those things that you love to do and eat and just be consistent with it. Easier said than done, because I saw, and I'm not going to remember the quote, but like I saw a quote and it was just like a post on Instagram where it's like, when you're trying to, it's like get healthy, be at a healthy weight for myself, it's like 5% is all the things that can go into, maintaining your goals. And that 95% is all about controlling your emotional eating. And I was like, oh, that hits hard for me. Even on a GLP-1, I still find myself struggling with emotional eating. And I did the past couple days because I came back from the beach, ready to get going. And it was just like one thing after another just kind of hit me. And these are all like small things in the grand scheme of things, but it's enough that like it just throws me off a little bit. And I realized when this was happening that I was like, okay, it's okay. These things happen. You have a plan. Now let's figure out how you're going to eat better during this time period. And I felt like I did okay, but my portions were a little bit larger. So that's why starting today, I'm back to not only my daily weigh-ins, not out of punishment, and I'll get into that later in this video. I'm doing daily weigh-ins. I'm tracking my food every single day. And I'm just having my goals set out for me in a very nice little pen and paper, simple way, because I think that's what works for me. And like I said, it's not punishment to track food. It's not punishment to weigh every day. It's because I want to collect 14 days worth of data, essentially, to just figure out certain things along the way, because it's no longer a guessing game for me. It's just like, you know what, I want to have a plan and I want to be able to analyze it a little bit better, but at the same time I just want to get back to the things that work best for me, and no more easing into this summer shredding, because I'm on week 5 and I have not really lost any weight. I've not lost any inches. My portions are still a little bit bigger than they need to be. And as I said in my last video, I am up to 7.5 milligrams. No issues so far. So we're gonna stay there for a bit and see how I feel. But it's a work day. Gotta get going. Gotta get my breakfast ready. As you already saw, I already made my water with my electrolytes and creatine, because that's the first thing I do. I make my water, electrolytes, and creatine, and then I get my dog ready for the day as well. So let's go ahead and make my breakfast. Gonna be a slight little change to things. Oh, I'm so excited to show you what my new breakfast is. Are you ready for this? So yes, don't worry. Protein coffee still in the mix, no changes to that. I got my collagen peptides, I got my coffee, and I also have my Members Mark vanilla milkshake. Rosie's drinking her water because she needs to stay hydrated as well. So this is still in the mix of things, 30 grams of protein, but I am on a sourdough kick. And I'm not talking about like excessive amounts of eating of sourdough. It's just like a piece or two a day, because it can fall into my calories. It can fall into my plan if I make sure I plan ahead for it. And I was watching something the other day and I said, oh, that looks good. And this is not groundbreaking. This is like the cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese. Everybody does different things with cottage cheese. And I was like, sourdough, cottage cheese, and some everything but the bagel seasoning. I had this the past 2 days. Third day now. It is amazing. It is like, it's keeping me, I feel like, with the combination of these two things, it's keeping me satiated for the day. And also I am tracking again, as I said in the intro. And overall, this breakfast is 465 calories, 50 grams of protein. Great way to start the day. One thing I didn't show, and I'm very careful about talking about supplements because once again, they're a supplement to your diet, to your day-to-day. What are you lacking in? And for me, I'm all about hitting my protein goal, but I found when I was using this Perfect Aminos consistently for like a good 2 months, I felt like, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. I felt the best that I've felt in a long time. I felt my hunger was at check. I think it was a combination of, eating really well with my calories and my protein goal, and then having the right supplement for me. So I started back on these this morning, but I only did 1 serving of 5 capsules to start. And in a week, I'll go to 10 tablets in the morning and then 5 in the evening. But I like to ease into things just because I feel like when you make drastic changes all at once, you're not sure what is the root cause of it, if there's something that, you're not feeling well or things that are working. So I'm easing into taking those Perfect Aminos again. I'm not recommending them to anybody. I just say, always take a look at what's out there and where you feel like your goals are, and if you're not meeting them. I mean, it could be the same thing with a fiber supplement. It could be with vitamin D, could be with magnesium. It's just figuring out what works best for you. But starting my day off with 50 grams of protein. This right here, I can't wait. And also I did buy the sourdough from Mom's Organic Market because I didn't have time to prep my starter, because I'm starting to make my own sourdough again. So that should be an interesting journey for me because it's hit or miss on how well I can maintain that. And I also am not a crazed sourdough bread maker. I do the bare minimum. That puppy's in the fridge right now. It's been in there since vacation. I'm gonna take it out later and feed it. I'm gonna check to see how it's doing. I'm gonna prep it. And then this weekend, I will make a loaf of bread, but that thing stays in there. I don't do daily feedings. I don't do twice-a-day feedings. I do not do all of the stuff that people do. Now, do I own a lot of the stuff to make it? Yes, like the baskets and the dough whisk and the temperature and the thing that helps you pull it out of the Dutch oven. I do have those things, so maybe I'm more high maintenance over there than the actual steps to produce the greatest loaf of sourdough bread. I'm not there. I don't think I will ever be there. I prefer to do things sometimes just well enough that it's good, and I don't spend all day trying to prepare a loaf of bread. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna eat my breakfast, gotta log in for the day. Quick goals for today is going to be very simple. Sticking to my nutrition, getting my steps in, going to the gym for upper body, hydration, and just keep my stress levels down. So I'm gonna enjoy that. All right, it is lunchtime and I am so happy I'm having some leftovers from the night before because it's already been a little bit of a chaotic day. But let me go ahead and show you what we have for lunch today. And I wanna talk a little bit about what you're about to see. So today's lunch is very, very simple. I got some taco meat, so some ground beef. This is 8515 with some white rice and peppers. And you're probably wondering, why does she have peppers on a scale? So typically I do not, hold on one second, sorry. So typically I don't weigh veggies and fruits, certain ones. But because I want to track everything right now that I'm eating, I was like, you know what? I have to throw my peppers on the scale. I need to know exactly what I'm looking at because every calorie right now is just it matters in the grand scheme of things for me to figure out what really truly is my right calories for me, because I can go to TDEE, I can go and take my ideal body weight, the things you see everywhere, like my ideal body weight, times it by 12 or 11 or 10. I can times this for the protein. I can do all those different things. But calories, I feel like it's giving you a rough estimate. It's not an exact science, because like, especially the TDEE, you're putting in what your energy expenditure is. Like, are you doing light activity, moderate activity? It's all like your own perception of things. So right now I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to clean things up, simplify my meals, makes it easy for me to track, and then I can take an average of things over the next like 2 weeks just to have a concrete plan of what will work for me. So I'm actually really happy about this lunch, because I love tacos. I'm probably gonna dip my peppers in the taco meat just to kind of have like a taco shell, but it's just a pepper. But this lunch is 452 calories and it is 29 grams of protein. And yeah, I think this is just the right plan of attack for me right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, eat my lunch, gonna log back in for the second half of the day. All right, putting on my sneakers, getting ready to go to the gym, just wrapped up my work day. I'm a little bit low on steps for the day. I didn't have a chance to get on my walking pad. That's okay. I knew today was gonna be busy coming back from having a couple days off. I just could not find the right time to get in. I was trying to go for a little bit of walk at lunch. I got pulled into a meeting there. That's okay. These things happen. This is part of life. You pivot, you find different ways to get movement in. And in this case, I think I'm just going to take a slightly longer walk to the gym, and same thing on the way back. So hopefully I can kind of chip away a little bit at my step goal today. And I am also still easing back into things after hurting my calf. It is about a grade 2 calf tear. So I probably have to still have some restrictions for the next week or two, but really they said at this point to just go off of how I feel. I'm still limiting certain types of movement, but that's why I'm doing upper body again today, because I am not ready. Maybe next week I'll try to do some squats and see how I feel, but I'm not thinking that far ahead because I just need to get to the gym and crush this workout. It is one of those days where I feel like I just want to walk and walk and walk, but I know that I need to do my upper body strength training session. But it is absolutely gorgeous out. Oh, what a day. Wrapped up upper body day, and now I'm taking the long loop around to get some extra steps in. Once again, it is still absolutely gorgeous out right now. I just want to keep walking, but I also have to be mindful to not overdo it. But first of all, it felt great to be back in my gym after being away for almost 10 days. Loved that little strength training session. Tried to push a little bit more, just to kind of redetermine my starting weight again, because it's been over a week and a half since I've lifted. So should be interesting how sore I am tomorrow. I should be okay. But while I was at the gym, I got word my mom is in the hospital So waiting for some more updates on that. And this is one of those real-time moments where it's okay to be worried. It's okay to want to be there even though I'm not needed at this moment. And it's okay to say to yourself, there's other ways to cope when you're dealing with something stress related. I talked about it earlier. The biggest downfall of me and being able to be successful at keeping the weight off is to learn to deal with my emotions in other forms other than food. So the number one thing for me right now as I take this long way home is to not step foot into any stores to pick up any snacks. That's my goal from now until dinner. I know I can do it. All right, so quick dinner. Most of this was just a little bit of plug and play here and there, but I am having a salad, a nice simple salad. I got a couple little small pieces of mozzarella cheese, some rotisserie chicken, and then also on top of that, I felt like I wanted some edamame. Here's the interesting thing, and this is where, when you look at this, let me change the view really quick. Take a look at this salad, okay? This is in a smaller bowl, right? Edamame. Can you guess how many calories is in this dinner? You ready? Ready? Gotta wait because apparently my phone didn't turn on. The suspense. 508 calories. You want to know where all the calories come from? I'm stating the obvious here. Salad dressing. I wanted to, for like the next 2 weeks, kind of simplify what I was eating. And at the last minute, I pulled an audible and I picked up a salad kit yesterday when I came back from the beach. And I was like, oh, how am I going to figure out how to track it? And I don't want to overcomplicate things. That's why I was trying to keep things like as simple as possible. So I had to do some research to find how many calories in the macro breakdown of just the dressing in the maple bourbon salad kit, chopped salad kit. It's 192 calories for 40 grams. So it was like a third of the packet. And I know we hear that all the time about just like the little hidden areas that can come and get us, like in terms of like, you think you're eating really well, you're eating a salad, you only did a little bit of salad dressing. And I really did. I thought I was like a third of a little packet, but still comes out to 192 calories and 16 grams of fat, 8 grams of carbs, 8 grams of sugar. So I'm not going to be eating this after tonight. You know what? I'm going to finish it tomorrow night. I'm going to continue eating healthy. I don't want to waste it. But this is where you just take some time and you look at, what you're eating. And the grand scheme of things, when I look at the entire day, the scope of the whole day, it's really not the end of the world. But I would like to probably eliminate that type of salad dressing. But I'm kind of just winging it for the next couple days because I have to get a whole new refrigerator and freezer because the freezer broke. It's completely out, so they're going to be placing it. So I don't want to stock up on too many things. So I'm kind of just going slightly more convenient in a way. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eat the salad, which looks really, really good. I'm going to have my edamame. And of course, I just love a good plain sparkling water. I'm not even going to put lemon or lime in it. I think it's just the bubbly part of it. But I'm going to enjoy my dinner and kind of just go with the flow. See what tonight brings. But I'm definitely getting tired. All right, I just crushed that salad. And there's like nothing left in this bowl. I kind of want to take back my statement. I'm not going to because I know I can make better, cleaner salad dressings. But that was a really good salad. It had enough protein. It had a little extra flavor from the dressing, had some fiber. It was just overall an incredible salad. I love that salad kit. The maple bourbon, bacon. I didn't do any of the bacon or the crumbles on it. I just did the lettuce and the dressing. Maybe something fun to do is I can look up how to make a healthier version of that salad dressing. I need to write that idea down because lately I'm thinking of things and then I just get onto something else and I forget, but I'm going to come back to that. I think that's my new thing. I'm going to look to see how I can make a slightly healthier, maybe a little less sugar, added sugar to it, salad dressing, but that was worth the calories. That was worth the added sugar. That was really good. Just completed the most important task I had for today, which was to get my sourdough starter out of the fridge and feed it. Now it's going to sit out here for about a little over an hour, and then I'm going to put it right back in the fridge. Still haven't named it. I don't know why I'm struggling to name my sourdough starter. All right, let's go ahead and recap the day because I'm ready to hop in the shower. I'm ready to do my skincare. I'm ready to wind down. I'm ready to crash like a little someone that has already joined the bed crew. She's done for the night. So let's go ahead. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about my nutrition, right? So right now I'm sitting at 1,425 calories. That is how I'm going to end the evening. I'm not going to look for anything to get those calories up. I'm not going to look for anything to get fiber or protein or any of those other macros up. Carbs, fats, none of that. This is where we're at. 1,425 calories, a little bit lower than normal, but this is why I'm tracking, because not every day is going to be perfect. If I can get within 200 below, 200 above, or exact, I'm tracking and I'm going to see how my body reacts to it. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel depleted. I don't feel like I didn't eat enough. I loved all of my meals and I felt really satiated, especially after the addition of my sourdough and cottage cheese with my breakfast. That kept me going right until lunch. Enjoyed my lunch, and that kept me going even through the gym and to dinner. So I'm going to remember these days and the things that I did to just, help me along. But in order for me to get my calories up and also my protein up, which is 118 grams, I probably will add in either a mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack, or I will look for little areas in each one of my meals to maybe add a little more chicken with dinner, a little more ground beef, or, maybe a little more cottage cheese, because that cottage cheese, I'm telling you right now, I'm obsessed. The cottage cheese, sourdough, you are going to be so sick of me talking about that, and I apologize now. But those are what I'm saying. As you track, you're tracking for awareness and just to look for other areas. But I'm happy with today because I'm also supplementing with the perfect aminos. And I had 2 servings of that. Each one's about 28, 29 grams of protein, complete protein. So that's why I'm supplementing it for this time, because I'm just getting back on track with really making sure my protein goal is hit and my calories. But the one thing that was a little bit low was my fiber. Even though I had edamame, even though I had peppers, even though I had some things on here that had a little bit of fiber to the mix, I need to do better there. So hopefully, like I said, with the snacks, I can maybe add in like a little small smoothie or a little yogurt bowl. With that yogurt bowl, I can have some chia seeds, or the smoothie as well. I can have my chia and flax seeds. I can have some basil seeds. There's little things that I can do, even the hemp hearts, to get that number up. But for right now, I will be supplementing the next couple days as I get that up, because I want to try to hit my goal of about 21 to 25 grams of fiber. Not going to drastically change that overnight. You know why. I'm not going to have to go into those details. But overall, great meals for today. Definitely felt satiated throughout the day. And I think I have some repeat meals in the mix. Then let's move on to movement. So steps were a little low today. Steps today, I'm at 9,042 steps. I'd like to be at 10,000. Will I be able to, by the end of the night, with a little bit of movement, get to 10? Quite possibly. But I don't want to get to the evening and have some, 1,000 to 2,000 steps left. So I will do better moving forward. It was tough for me to get up from my desk to use my walking pad. Didn't have a ton of meetings, but I had a lot of production work. And some of that is hard for me to walk and do. But I'm going to get better. I will figure that all out. I wanted to maybe get out for some steps at lunch. Got pulled into an actual meeting. So that's okay. This is life. And I will just find different ways. I was happy I was able to take a longer way to the gym and a longer way home to be able to get me close enough to my goal. But outside of movement, in that category of strength training, got my upper body routine in play. Love my routine I did tonight. We'll be repeating that, obviously, for the foreseeable future. And I'm tracking the weights that I lift, the reps, and having fun with that. And eventually I am going to get, if you watched 2 videos ago where I talked about the difference between endurance and intensity, I will be starting to get that intensity of my strength training up a little bit. But for today. Very happy with that. Hydration's on point. I had over 120 ounces of water and 2 sparkling waters. Maybe I had too much hydration. But it is getting warmer. I'm sweating a little bit more. I don't feel like I drank too much. I think I just drank the right amount. I'm somebody that's like a camel. I drink all the time. But all 4 of those hit my marks close enough, which hopefully will set me up now to start my wind down routine and be able to just get a good sleep score tonight, get a good, night's rest, and do it all over again tomorrow, which is shot day. Friday's my shot day. But I want to leave with 2 things. The first one is I saw a quote. I know I'm all about quotes lately. And I'm going to put it up here. And this one I really, really enjoyed. It said, "You can't say what you want the result and keep protecting the habit that's blocking it." And I keep talking about the results I want. I want to get my body fat percentage down. I want, a couple little better health markers. I want to get my weight down a little bit. I keep talking about those things. But for some reason, I'm also still protecting the habit that's blocking me from achieving that. I'm protecting that emotional eating side of things. Because I said before, once again, 95% of my struggles are all around emotional eating. 5% really is like my nutrition, my sleep, my hydration. I can be on point with that, but the emotional eating just overtakes it. And I really think that is my percentage split. If I could just get emotional eating, and I'm laughing about it, but it's not funny. If I could just get the emotional eating side of things under control, I'm gonna get the results I want. So I have to stop protecting that habit. It's time for me, I hate to say it, to not grow up, but just to really tackle that in a way that is sustainable for the rest of my life so I can get the results I want. I don't want to protect it anymore. It's time to move on from that. It's time for me to figure out the path that I want to take to get the results I want. And I'm doing and I'm working, but it still keeps going back a little bit to that emotional eating side of things. GLP-1 or not, there's only so much a GLP-1 can do. I hate to say it, but allergies. But I want to go ahead and I want to wrap up this day. I want to thank you all for just hanging out with me, holding me accountable. I left the gym and was able to go right past all the stores, didn't stop for any snacks, didn't do anything I needed to do. I stuck to my plan. I really, really enjoyed today. I loved every aspect of today. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And I've already started researching a maple bourbon salad dressing. I bookmarked 2. Most likely I'm going to go with one of them because the one that I was like, oh, this sounds good, but you have to actually put real bourbon in it. And it had too many steps. I want something simple. So I found like a maple type of vinaigrette. So I bookmarked it. I want to add that to my list because this is the season of salads for me. I love salads in the summer. You can really build up a good salad. But once again, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try to get some more of these out along with some other topic videos. I feel like I'm going to start being able to get in a good groove of things. But I will catch you all in my next video. I'm ready to wind down. Oh my God, my wind down glasses. Don't you think that I got rid of these or I don't use these anymore? I sure do love my wind down glasses. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.